Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's video, I want to show you guys two training knives from Mountain Storm Works. Alright, side by side, this one is the Dagger shape, and this one is the American Tanto shaped blade. Okay, relatively the same in size, except as you can see, the blade shape is different, the cross guard right here is different, and the handle shape is different. So that's actually going to change things quite a bit. Both are made from a beautiful crystal clear acrylic that is high impact and high quality. The acrylic also is useful because both of these guys are from the Invisible Predator line, meaning that they can actually be used for self-defense. So you can see that the points are left sharp for self-defense purposes. It's virtually invisible and it's undetectable because it's not made of metal. So these types of training knives right here, you're not going to use them for partner training because these points will mess up your partner. I mean, this is quite dangerous in that sense. This is good for training at home where you're actually going to be practicing the forms like this in the air. This is great for that kind of stuff. And also good for actually hitting targets like a tire, wooden board, or cardboard, and also dead tree, something like that, to actually hit that and get some practice making some contact. This is going to be good for that as well. Alright, so let's actually go to the American Tanto style blade right here. And if this was an actual knife, this is where the blade edge is going to be down here. This part right here is the spine, and there's no edge going to be there. So this is good for when you want to practice this kind of thing where you put your hand and assist in this kind of slashing, and also good for blocking type practice that you can do. That blocking is extremely important because we do a lot of practice in my system where a person strikes at you, and this is a very rudimentary block that we do called force-to-force block, and you block it like that, and it really works on your structure and stuff like that. So it's going to, sometimes the attacks are so fast that you're not going to be able to fully grab it like this. And then you modify it by putting your forearm here or putting your palm here. And as we practice this and get better and better, we start to make our grip more narrow like this. So the area in between right here, this is where I want their stick to land. So as they're attacking me, it's going to be my job to make sure that they don't hit my hand, and within this small space right here that I could actually control that. So it's excellent practice in that sense, and using the knife like this to block is just an extension of that exercise right there. This is the idea here, is that we're going to be blocking like this, and when they come in with an attack, whatever weapon they're holding, I'm actually going to be targeting their arm. So bam, and you can see with a blade edge, it's going to be very, very effective in that sense. So I'll be defanging the snake as I'm blocking. So this is something that is extremely important in my system. Alright, so now let's go to the Dagger right here. The Dagger design is very interesting because, first of all, a dagger is very advanced in a sense. It's very difficult because now you're dealing with two edges instead of just one. So when you are practicing cutting and doing this kind of stuff, the blade awareness exercise that you really need to be doing here is with the stances. Alright, so right here where I'm pointing the blade towards my opponent, this is fine. If I bring it this way, the edge is towards my opponent, but also the other edge is towards me. So this is not good. So it would be better if I hold it this way, more sideways like this. So now I can cut this way, and I can cut this way if needed. So after that, I should probably point it back down like this. So you have to constantly be aware of where the edge is. If you are going to hold it like this, you see, the edge right here is now pointing back to me. So all it takes is a bump this way, and the edge is already on here. If it's someone kicked or shoved this, it's already on my neck. So I need to turn it. I need to constantly be aware of where the edge is. So because, like I said, this is a dagger, it's twice as hard. You get some really good practice just holding this and just looking in the mirror. You can see like, oh, I'm vulnerable here, I'm vulnerable there. You want to constantly keep that edge away from you. So it's good practice in that sense. And then there's another bonus feature with this particular model. The way the crossguard is shaped pointing this way in the V direction, and there's a pinchment right here in the handle, and it swells up right here. This actually makes it very, very compatible to a lot of the grips used in stick fighting in the Filipino martial arts, in Eskrima, Arnis, Kali, Pikiti Tersha, this kind of thing. So it makes it actually a smaller, more compact version of the MTK, Monster Training Knife. So this really, really works. So that's really good, even though the blade length is not long enough to be qualified, should I say, as a Monster Training Knife, because this area, because the handle and the crossguard is just done right. You could still practice. It's perhaps for some people it's going to be harder than a regular Monster Training Knife to transfer your stick skills, but I find that I could do a lot of those moves just because this area is done very, very well. It's just very compatible to the stick fighting type style. So that's just a bonus, added bonus that works incredibly well. I highly recommend both of these. So thank you for watching, and take care, folks.